How anyone does this is beyond me. It's 4 hours of uninterrupted cooking. Soaking, chopping, braising, boiling, frying. But then you have the northern Chinese city of Tianjin and their famous dish for special occasions, 四碟捞面, or gravy noodles with 4 accompanying stir-fries. This takes an entire day, but I had a free weekday, so I said what the heck. So you begin with the gravy, or 卤 in Chinese, and this particular gravy begins with rehydrating a number of dried goods, like wood ear mushrooms, dried lily flowers, dried tofu skin, and hijiki seaweed. You should also add some dried shiitake or button mushrooms, but my brother hates both. Then the fresh ingredients: 1 cube of 5-spice pressed tofu, thinly sliced, some imitation crab, roughly cubed, and using this is forgiven because we're using a dozen real shrimps too. Deshell them, devein them, but don't you dare throw away the shells and the heads, because you need to make a shrimp stock by frying these and gently pressing on their heads to release the goodness in them. Add in some ginger and spring onion, followed by about a quart of hot water. Lid on and gently simmer for about 30 minutes. Are you still with me? Good. When the stock has that rich layer of orange oil floating on top of it, we're literally golden. Reserve, and in the same pot, fry about a pound of pork belly slices until they're evenly brown. Add in 1 or 2 star anise pods and fry them in the lard for that rich, meaty aroma. Then comes this, 甜面酱, or you probably know it as duck sauce. Add in a generous tablespoon, gently frying with the pork for a minute, careful not to burn the bottom. Deglaze with some Shaoxing wine, a glug of light soy, and back with the liquid gold of a shrimp stock. When it reaches a boil, put the lid back on, heat down to a low, and braise for another 30 minutes. Okay, wait, you're still here? Well then, throw in all the rest of the prepped ingredients, including the shrimp that was quickly seared, and yes, I forgot to film it. Add in 3 generous teaspoons of salt, a smattering of white pepper, and a few glugs of dark soy to adjust the color to your liking. It should be dark amber brown, but not too dark. We're almost at the end here. Stay with me, because we're finally thickening this mixture with some potato starch slurry. Pour it in small intervals, stirring constantly to prevent clumping. When it reaches the consistency of good pouring gravy, break about 4 eggs and slowly pour them into the pot. And if you didn't know, this is how you get that velvety effect for egg drop soup as well. And finally, fry some Sichuan peppercorns in some sesame oil and pour it over the gravy. Boil some noodles and eat away in 10 minutes like it's nothing. And if you're hearing a tone of defeat in my voice, that's because I didn't even explain the remaining 2 hours of cooking. The toppings, which include but not limited to cucumbers, carrots, boiled Napa cabbage, bean sprouts, and soybeans. The mandatory 4 side dishes: scrambled eggs, sweet and sour deep-fried gluten strips, a stir-fry of chives, pork, and 5-spice tofu, and not included here but another stir-fry of shrimp and garlic. I'll put the recipes down below, and mind you, even this is a simplified version. If this was a real special Tianjin occasion, a Tianjin native probably would be expecting at least another table's worth of side dishes. So what's my takeaway? Never ever try this unless you're used to hosting dinner parties and large family gatherings on a regular basis. I mean, the gravy is rich and very umami forward, the textures of different toppings are fantastic, and it's surprisingly light for all the stir-fries on top. But is it worth the 4 hours of endless cooking?